This is Louis, 29 years old, and completely broke by the 20th of every single month. And this is Louis 5 years later. Same job, same salary, completely different life. The difference? One decision, $1,000. That's it. That's the whole story. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens after you invest your first $1,000. And the exact moment when compounding quietly starts changing everything behind your back. Because your first $1,000 isn't really about money. It's about who it turns you into. Let's go. Louis's alarm goes off at 6 a.m. And the very first feeling of the day? Dread. Work is fine. The boss is the boss. The paycheck shows up every 2 weeks like clockwork. And for about 4 glorious hours, Louis feels rich. Payday. The best day of the month. Then the bills arrive. Rent, car, phone, groceries. Subscriptions Louis forgot even existed. By the next morning, the bank account says $37. $37. So Louis does what we all do. Scrolls the phone, watching other people win at life. I'll start saving next month. Louis has said that exact sentence 43 months in a row. Then the car breaks down. $600. Money Louis doesn't have. So it goes on the credit card. On top of the last emergency. And the one before that. And at 2 a.m., Louis lies awake doing mental math that never, ever adds up. Here's the brutal truth. Louis doesn't have a salary problem. Louis has a system problem. Money comes in, money leaks out. And nothing is ever left to grow. One night, staring at the ceiling, Louis finally types 4 words into Google. How to start investing. And immediately, the brain fights back. You need to be rich to invest. Lie number 1. The market's going to crash the second you buy. Lie number 2. It's too complicated for normal people. That's lie number 3. And it's the most expensive one. Because here's what the wealthy figured out early. You don't invest because you have money. You have money because you invest. Read that again. The order is backwards for most people. So Louis makes a decision. Not a dramatic one. A boring one. The best kind. Cancel 2 subscriptions. Cook at home 3 nights a week. Sell the junk in the closet. Every spare dollar goes into one separate account. Slowly. Painfully. $50 at a time. 4 months later, Louis stares at a number on the screen. $1,000. Saved. On purpose. Louis opens a brokerage account. It takes 11 minutes. 11. Not a finance degree. Minutes. Picks a simple, boring index fund. The whole market in one bucket. No stock picking. No gambling. And then, the cursor hovers over the buy button. Heart pounding, like it's a casino. Deep breath, click, order complete. And just like that, Louis is an investor. Now here's what the movies don't show you. What happens next is absolutely nothing. No confetti. No jet. Louis wakes up the next day and life looks exactly the same. Except it isn't. Because for the first time ever, Louis's money has a job. Day 1. The account shows plus $4. Louis tells literally everyone. Day 9. Minus $30. Panic. Sweating. Finger hovering over the sell button. This is the moment most people quit. They buy high, panic, sell low, and call it a scam. But Louis read one sentence that changed everything. The market rewards patience, not intelligence. So Louis closes the app, deletes it off the home screen, and does the smartest thing possible. Nothing. Then Louis sets up the real weapon, $100 automatically invested every single month. And something strange happens in Louis's head. Spending starts to feel different. That $80 impulse buy? Louis now sees a soldier that could have been earning for decades. The identity shift has begun. Louis doesn't just save money anymore. Louis builds with it. Month 3. Month 4. Month 5. Deposit. 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 It's honestly boring, and that's the secret nobody sells you. Wealth building is supposed to be boring. Then it happens. The market drops 8% in 2 weeks. The news is screaming. Lewis's coworkers are panicking. Sell everything! It's 2008 again! Get out! But Lewis remembers the rule. A crash is just the market having a clearance sale. So instead of selling, Lewis keeps buying. Same $100. Now buying more shares. Cheaper. Friends laugh. You're still doing that investing thing? Just live a little, man. Meanwhile, those same friends upgraded their cars, their phones, and their monthly payments. Lewis stays in the old apartment, drives the old car, invests the difference. Quietly. Audiobooks on the commute. 1 podcast a week. Small deposits into the brain, too. End of year 1. The account reads $2,400. Not life-changing money. Life-changing habit. Then one Tuesday, a notification. Dividend received, $11.27. Money that money made. Year 2 ends. $5,800. And now the curve on the chart is starting to bend upward. Okay. Pause the story. Let me show you the cheat code hiding in plain sight. Compounding means your money earns money. Then that money earns money. Forever. It's a snowball. At the top of the hill, it's a pathetic little snowball. Nobody claps, but every roll makes it bigger. And bigger snowballs pick up snow faster. At roughly 8% average returns, your money doubles about every 9 years. Automatically. At first 1,000 becomes 2,000, then 4,000, then 8,000. Without you adding a cent. Now add the 100 a month Louis automated. 30 years of that is 36,000 deposited. Mandana and Augertier test story. But roughly 150,000 in the account. The market built the rest for Louis, while Louis was sleeping, working, on vacation, stuck in traffic. The money never took a day off. And here's the kicker. The graph is flat and boring for years. Then it goes vertical. Everyone wants the vertical part. Almost nobody survives the flat part. Lewis's first 1,000 wasn't the fortune. It was the ticket into the flat part. Year 5, $10,000. The first comma. And Louis barely notices anymore. It's just the system. The car breaks down again. $600. Remember the panic from before? This time, Louis pays it, shrugs, and orders lunch. An emergency became an inconvenience. That's the first gift. Emergencies lose their teeth. Fear gets quieter. At work, something shifts too. Louis speaks up more. Pushes back more. Why? Because a person with savings negotiates differently than a person who's desperate. Louis asks for a raise. Calm, prepared, gets it. Invests half of it immediately. A bad job offer comes along. More money, terrible life. Old Louis would have grabbed it. New Louis says no. Because money in the market means options in your pocket. Louis sleeps through the night now. No more 2 a.m. ceiling math. That alone is worth it. Friends start asking questions. Okay, how did you actually do this? And Louis gives the honest answer. I invested $1,000 and then refused to stop. Is Louis rich? No, not yet. But Louis is something better. Freer every single year. Freedom isn't a yacht. It's saying no. It's sleeping well. It's choices. And every choice traces back to one unglamorous Tuesday and $1,000. Same job, same salary, completely different life. That was never about the money. So here's the part where I talk directly to you. Yes, you.
You don't need $1,000 today. You need something worth more. A start.
$50, $25. The amount is almost irrelevant. The habit is everything. This week. Not someday, this week. Open the account. It takes minutes, remember? Automate one small deposit. Make the decision once, so you never rely on willpower again. And then be prepared for the hardest part. The boring years. Stay in the game. Because here's the math, nobody escapes. The next 5 years will pass either way. At the end of them, there are two versions of you. One started, one is still waiting. Your first 1,000 won't make you rich. It'll make you an investor. That's the upgrade. If this hit home, subscribe. Next video. The 5 mistakes that destroy first-time investors. And drop a comment. What's the date you're investing your first dollar? Put it in writing. See you soon.